Big 12 teams start their seasons focused on the conference title. Kansas State and Iowa State will battle to rule the league's northern territory. Heisman hopeful Seneca Wallace has the Cyclones competing for the crown. Scrambling, tight strokes down inside the 10, look out! Looking for a block, gets it! Wallace, touchdown, incredible play! It's just as hard to get a hand on Kansas State's El Roberson. He's run the Wildcats into contention, evoking memories of K-State legend Michael Bishop. Two field generals lead their teams to a Big 12 North showdown next on TBS. This series has been played every year since 1917, but no game between number 21 Iowa State and number 12 Kansas State has ever been bigger. And tonight, in perfect conditions, they meet in Manhattan, Kansas. And we are underway from the Little Apple. That'll be 5 yards deep. Lance Young will take a knee. Now they're starting out in the shotgun. Two wide receivers to the right. Man in motion. They keep it on the ground with Wagner. Nothing doing, and he may lose a couple of yards on the play. Three wide receivers to the left. Penalty flag is thrown. Again, another loss of about 4 on the play. Third down and 13. Three wide receivers to the right, one to the bottom of your screen. Wallace has some time, throws it deep down the middle. They're getting tangled up, intended for Jack Whitmer. Pass is incomplete, and Iowa State, first series, 3 and out. Terrence Newman back on his 42-yard line. Spiraling kick. Newman backs up to the 33. Looking for a seam, crosses midfield. And Kansas State with excellent field position. That's what they do so well. Roberson going to keep it. Inside the 45, inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. You pick up 7 on first down, gives you a lot of opportunity to do other things like run the option. Gets the seam to Pater. Roberson, touchdown. His 9th rushing touchdown of the year. It covers 28 yards. They made it look way too easy.
Remember the name Bill Yeoman?
Iowa State needs to get something going, and Seneca Wallace is going to be dropped as he handed off, but the ball is down. And Kansas State has it. Great penetration, though, by that Kansas State defensive line. They came right through. Josh Buell came through. He's the one that came up with the football.
Take a look at our all-state replay from the end zone. Watch coming here. Here's where the crash occurs from the defensive end crashing inside. Ball was never handed off completely well. Number 97, Melvin Williams, takes Seneca Wallace out of the play. Watch. The handoff inside to Wagner. It was a fake, and the ball was just knocked out by Michael Wagner's hip. And then there on the ground, Iowa State's not aware that the ball's down, and we have a recovery. Unfortunately for Iowa State, this start is reminiscent of their game with Oklahoma.
You can see that they're usually pretty good as far as turnovers. We want to thank Allstate for providing the goalpost cam. They try the left side, and again, going right through that left side is Darren Sproles, the little sophomore running back out of Olathe, Kansas.
This team can get a stop here.
A couple of tight ends now for Kansas State. Roberson takes it in, waiting for the signal. Penalty flag is thrown. It is a touchdown, but we have a penalty flag on the ground. He's calling for the trainers right now. They need a tourniquet to stop this bleeding. Green's extra point is no good. That has been an Achilles heel for this Kansas State team.
Well, they just scored a touchdown, and the tradition is after a touchdown, they crowd surf. I'll see you later.
That's going to give some young man some very nice dreams the rest of today.
We have one brave colleague, don't we?
Line drive kickoff. It is Wagner at the 2. And Kansas State swarms him, and another penalty flag comes flying in.
On the bench trying to hit the defense, so the offense has to make a few plays.
And they're trying to just bang out of that hole. Michael Wagner, not much running room. Wallace looking for something. Throwing, complete. First down, Iowa State to Danielson. Third down, Iowa State.
Here they
Third
come.
best in the conference. Kansas State with a blitz. Seneca Wallace throwing the prayer up, and it will not be answered. Jamal Montgomery, the intended receiver. Good coverage by Randy Jordan, the junior out of Tulare, California. This is the best year ever for the defense, but right now they're being challenged.
They need to stop here because they have field position on their side for the first time in the game.
Third down and 7. Kansas State best in the conference, third down conversions. Roberson dancing around, takes a big hit as he crosses the 15. Wallace keeps, throws it out of the flat, passes complete to Whitmer. From the 26-yard line, 3rd and 15. Iowa State brings 4. Wallace deep into the flat, caught down to the 1-yard line. It's Lane Danielson.
Remember, not many teams have been down here.
Second man through, over the top, Wagner, touchdown Iowa State. And Iowa State showing blitz. They bring 5. Here they come. Look out. Roberson looking, throwing, incomplete. On 2nd and 8 from the shotgun, Wallace throws it out of the flat, wide open, passes complete again to Danielson. Iowa State 1 of 3 on third down conversion so far tonight. Wallace is dangerous. Throwing across his body, wide open, overthrown. Intended for the tight end, Kenny Seguin, the sophomore out of Ankeny, Iowa.
He's going to use that sledgehammer strictly for good, not for evil.
That's right. Roberson keeps, nice ball fake, passes complete to the tight end, Thomas Hill. Inside the 40, still rumbling, inside the 30 to the 24-yard line. Yards away for Kansas State, facing 3rd and 2. Wallace moving around. Handed off to Sproles, and he is going to be stacked for a loss.
Keep in mind, they need a field goal here for confidence.
Ream hasn't missed at this distance. Kick is up and away, and it'll split the uprights. Butler, the big center, is back on the field for the Cyclones. Brian Thompson is now the running back. Wallace keeps it. Running room. First, Ephraim didn't even know he did it that way.
As long as he gets there, they don't care.
2nd down and 7 with the right hand. Here comes Seneca Wallace. Looking for something. He's going to take the smart route. Go out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
I'm not sure how much of that's his fault, because sometimes you have to be up on the line of scrimmage by the time the clock gets a certain number in order to make all those looks and reads.
Iowa State showed blitz. They backed off. Taco Wallace. That brings up a 2nd down and 13. Pumps right, throws over the middle. Complete to James Terry, running room. Gets down to the 20-yard line, and that'll be good enough for Kansas State first down. Again, Al Roberson changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Iowa State brings 5. They throw it out into Taco Wallace's hands. He gets down to the 5, and another Kansas State first down. On catching the football against Texas. First and goal, they put it at the 4-yard line. They have the big 3 in the backfield. Roberson keeps it. Pitches back. Ayu Saba, touchdown, Kansas State. Now they like putting that big backfield in it in their score package. They call it Nick, Vic, and Thick. That's thick. Ayu Saba, the 6', 260-pound true freshman out of Blackwood, New Jersey. 7 touchdowns this year for the youngster. Hard to stop.
And it truly runs downhill, and here it is coming right at you at home. Watch your easy chair. Look at Victor Mann, number 42. Excellent block, clearing some space.
Danielson in motion. They haven't run any of their patented trick plays yet. Wallace in big trouble. Scampering, just going to dump it off into the Kansas State bench, and a penalty flag is thrown.
Intentional grounding on the offense.
You and I were getting a Danish head, didn't we? A little draw play. And we have another penalty flag thrown. Penalty.
Field position and a clip, so you get one of those. In any event, it's a big penalty.
Third down and a bunch, 34. Here comes Kansas State on the blitz. Iowa State, Wallace dumps it off again to Danielson.
And, oh yeah, 2-yard rule too.
Roberson, nice ball fake, play action. Iowa State susceptible.
Fit into the right flow, and then you can make a play.
Roberson, the quarterback draw, ball is loose, picked up, fumble, recovered by Travis Wilson.
And get downfield and make their blocks.
1 of 4 tonight for Kansas State on third down. They need 7. Roberson rifles the pass, and it's complete to Thomas Hill. He had a little mustard on that football. And you know, when we talked about it with Elle yesterday about this, we mentioned her name. He goes, "Oh, you don't mess with her." Yeah, it was.
You didn't call her, did you?
Grandma's got to be happy right now. Straight up the middle. Sproles looking for Pater. Touchdown.
Look at the blocking up front. Excellent job. Just caved everyone to one side on the offensive line. That's what they call zone blocking. Just step one way, find someone in front of you and block them. Let the running back find the hole. Darren Sproles found the hole opposite of the direction of the blocking. And with his speed and shiftiness and power, he's in the end zone for another touchdown.
Joe Reed for the extra point. Had to bobble the snap. They got it down, and the kick is good. Darren Sproles with a touchdown, his 11th rushing touchdown of the year.
On 22, Kansas State, they're on 39. That's big.
Kansas State showing blitz. They bring 5. Wallace gets rid of it quickly. Passes complete to Danielson with some running room. Over the 40, up to the 43-yard line. Oh, yeah.
But they've got to find a way for Seneca to be unleashed.
Wallace scrambling. Penalty flag is thrown as the pass is complete to Lane Danielson in his 7th reception, if it holds up. Good officiating crew of the Big 12.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Offensive interference. Stuck, and Florida State escaped.
Well, they're going to need Seneca Wallace if they want to come back. Intercepted Kansas State. Brian Hickman with a pick. His 3rd of the year.
And he's on a roll right now. Had 2 against Oklahoma State. Has that type of a career, people will talk about calls such as that.
Roberson buys some time, rifles the pass, incomplete, short hop to Taco Wallace. But an excellent 30 minutes for the Kansas State Wildcats. Not so for Seneca Wallace in the Iowa State Cyclones. Only 146 yards offense for Iowa State in that first 30 minutes.
Well, Coach, Seneca Wallace presents a lot of problems. What are the keys to keeping him intact?
Well, you just play hard and get good pass rush on him and try to keep him contained so he can't get to sprint out fast against you.
Well, anytime there's pressure, there are risks, but so far the K-State defense has been rewarded, living up to their reputation and national ranking. It's 30-7 at intermission. Let's go to the big game house and Ernie Johnson.
Just something.
Boy, resurrection of 2 programs by 2 terrific coaches.
And on third down, Ellen Roberson is going to be dropped. That's the first sack of the evening for this Iowa State defense. His 4th 100-yard game receiving. Seneca Wallace, little play action. Looking, throwing, picked off. Bobby Walker's got some running room. Bobby Walker, touchdown, Kansas State. Wait a minute. Iowa State saying he fumbled before he got in the end zone. He was bobbling it.
Maybe a touchback.
Maybe a touchback.
Nope, they determined he's in.
Terrence Newman doesn't like the call. Or he likes the call. Bobby Walker, his 4th interception. Well, let's see what Iowa State has in them now. Oh, my. That's going to leave a mark. Lance Young taking a big shot. Jared Johnson, a backup linebacker, lowering the boom.
Not the personality of the team. We chronicled that earlier today. Although That fan looks as if he may be ready for an early night, but never fear. This team has a lot of fight left in them, and they always seem to make some type of a comeback. Remember we saw that in the Florida State game, Iowa earlier this year.
And another pickoff by Bobby Walker. And another touchdown by Bobby Walker. Touchdown by Bobby Walker. And I think you have to ask yourself at this point, do you get Seneca Wallace out there before too much damage is done mentally?
Yeah, and you're not taking him out because he's not the acknowledged leader of your team or the guy you think is the best player. You just take him out because you think to yourself, we still have 2 games left to play. To position ourselves better for bowl games, you want to make sure you have that guy feeling good about himself when you do so. What
a night, though, for Bobby Walker. 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. The extra point is good. Tell us what happened, Charles.
Well, short zone now. 3-step drop, trying to throw the slant pattern. Bobby Walker sits in the short zone, and this time he leaves no doubt that he's in the end zone. Kansas State up huge.
That was good enough for a first down, so Iowa State trying to get something going offensively. Not this time. The ball is loose, and Kansas State has it. Josh Buell is the one who came up with it, the junior out of Mesquite, Texas. And the wheels have come off and everything for this Iowa State team.
Legs, and it's hard.
Iowa State coming up to the line of scrimmage. Sproles fits the gap inside the 10. Keeps the little 5'7" legs moving. Gets down to about the 7-yard line. In those 5 games, he's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. Here he goes again. Left side. Touchdown. Touchdown tonight from the 4-yard line. He has 16 carries, 97 yards this evening, and a couple of 6s.
And while he is strong,
Wallace still in. Ryan Thompson's going to be swarmed by a bunch of purple jerseys. How far will they fall, though?
I think they'll settle in about number 4.
Wallace loses the football again. Kansas State has it again. My goodness. Justin Montgomery with the recovery. Holding like a loaf of bread, though.
Yeah, normal what the quarterback does on the scramble from the backside. The ball was stripped out. Just towards that tonight.
First man through, Travis Wilson. Touchdown, Kansas State. Travis Wilson, the transfer from Michigan State, his first touchdown this year for Kansas State. That look sums it up, doesn't it?
Wow.
Well, he did what he was supposed to do, but he got penalized for it. Kansas State takes over back on the ground. Mark Dunn is now a quarterback. The 6'4" senior out of Brigham City, Utah, the 25-year-old. Went on a mission for a couple of years. Back in, started the season as the #1 quarterback, and now Darren Sproles has gone over 100 yards. Again, 6th consecutive game. Side of the Cyclones say goodbye.
And I think Darren Sproles will also say goodbye and come out of the game, too. They don't want to get him dinged as he goes out to a nice ovation from the crowd. That'll allow Carlos also, who just got moved over, to get some running, get some carries now from defensive back. Look at that record.
So if you're Seneca Wallace, what do you think he's thinking about right about now?
Well, he's thinking about how he rallies his team. You know, he's thinking he's going to take the pressure on himself, I'm quite sure. Say that he played a poor game, and that contributed big to what happened tonight.
Great job by the Kansas State defense tonight. Totally dominating this game. And that's the way it's going to end up. Not a good night for Iowa State. Only 249 yards offense. Kansas State about 380 yards total offense. And Bill Snyder hands Iowa State their second Big 12 loss. Well, Bobby Elliott, the defensive coordinator who's been through some tough times, was diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago, and nobody gave him a chance to come back coaching until Dan McCarney, as Bobby says, pulled him off the pile of bones, gave him a coaching job. Now he's come back to beat his former roommate and best friend. His defense does a great job as they win at 58-7, and Bobby Elliott, one of the class guys in this business.
Bobby, this defense has been so tough all year. What did you see today against Seneca Wallace? That obviously he was frustrated. You had the 2 interceptions.
We saw he was a mobile quarterback, and he's very versatile. He can roll out the pocket. He's real good. He's quick off his feet. He got a great arm. So we just wanted to stay contained with him.
How did it feel to go in the end zone for those 2 touchdowns?
It felt great.
You think you had the first one?
I ain't gonna argue. The referees gave it to me, so I'll take it.
All right, let's go back up to Rod and Giles.
How come every time Craig interviews somebody, they run away from him? Kansas State wins it. They were impressive on defense and impressive on offense. We'll be back to Manhattan after this.